Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, a couple of announcements for your... For all of you, thank you so much for helping me hit my Kickstarter goal. It's still going, will be up until the 20th of December. If you want to grab a goodie, you can do so on the link in the description box below. And if you haven't got your winter solstice seat on the 21st of December, myself and Denise from HD Human Design with Denise on YouTube will be hosting a session. It would be really great if you could be there. So hit the link in the description box below. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. If you've ever wanted an FLP session with me, this is your chance. Really, go for it. All right, so before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, this week you have the Hanged Man. What are you ready to give up? What is it now? Yes, this can be, sometimes it can be about self-sacrifice. Sometimes it can be about what we need to release or what we need to surrender to. And this is the big question that's coming up for you this week, my dear Gemini people. Remember, we've got that powerful eclipse that's taking place on the 14th. So straight out of the gate this week, which is taking place in the sign of Sagittarius. This is your direct opposite in the zodiac. So you are going to feel this eclipse just as much, if not well, I wouldn't say more than anybody else, because obviously Sagittarius is going to feel it more than anyone else. But yeah, this is going to be a big deal for you as well, especially if you're an ascendant Gemini, because that talks to things about, you know, your 7th house, which would be relationships, partnerships, true connections out there. But in order to move into something new, which this eclipse is going to bring all of us in some way, shape or form, the question remains, what are you ready to surrender? What are you ready to release? What is it that you have been holding on to for too long, that you know you've been holding on to for too long? Or what is it that has only just come to light? You know, maybe and sometimes that's how it happens. You know, we have that realization of, oh wow, okay, I've been holding on to that for a long time. And then we just kind of sit looking at the elephant in the corner of the room and try to get on with our lives like, you know, like nothing's changed. But you can't, because you've had the realization. The Hanged Man is asking you this week, what are you prepared to surrender in favor of what it is that you could have that is so much bigger, better and greater? So open yourself up to that this week. Remember, the Hanged Man is a very spiritual card. This is a great week to give yourself over to your creative urges and endeavors, whether that's painting, art, making things with your hands. You know, this is a really good time to let your creative energy flow through you, because it will show you what no longer has a place. Or when that creative stream of energy is coming in, if you feel a blockage or a resistance and you home in on that, it will show you, okay, you know what, this is the thing that's holding me back from my true creativity or even my true path or destiny. It can really be that big. All right. For your actions and options, you have the 5 of Wands. So this week, it's going to be very easy I have to say this, right, because it's the 5 of Wands. It's going to be very easy for you to get into that sort of spirit of competitiveness, and it, you know, I was going to say it's not a sin, and it isn't. It really isn't. But if it runs away with itself and that's all you're doing, whatever the end result is never going to be good enough for you, because you're not really doing it for the love or the joy of it. You're doing it to be the best or to prove something to somebody else. So don't let that be the thing that snags or catches you this week. On another level, this could also highlight to you where either your social circle needs to change or where you really need to find more like-minded people and souls to hang out with, like on a real physical, everyday, mundane level. Like, who are you surrounding you? Well, not many people are surrounding themselves with anyone at the moment, but you get my point. For your communications and conversations, you have the King of Wands, right? So a fire sign person, likely to be a male, would be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. This could be somebody that is very fun, vibrant, dynamic. This could be somebody that's very powerful in their own right. What it also suggests as well, there's going to be, this week I kind of feel like there's going to be a part of you that says, right, I'm ready to do more. I'm ready to be seen more. I'm ready to be received by more people. And in a lot of ways, maybe your need to be perceived as intelligence will be the thing that you surrender. Intelligence is shown, right? People can see that you're intelligent just by having a conversation with you. You don't need to prove that to anybody. Sometimes it's more about you being comfortable in order to shine than it is, you know, sometimes that is the part that you need to focus on, rather than the, I need to know more, I need to gather more information. You know, this week, maybe a fire sign is going to show you how to think less like a Gemini. All right, and the fact that we've got that big eclipse taking place in the sign of Sagittarius, listen to anyone and everyone that has those kind of trademarks, because the chances are they'll be showing you, or at least a little signpost to say that's the way that you should be going. All right. The other thing with this as well, when it comes to your communications and conversations, this could be a week for a lot of laughter, or it can be a week for a lot of banter, but it could also, on the flip side of all of that, be a week for a lot of challenges. The choice really is yours, Gemini. It's how you receive this energy and how you transmute and transmit that energy is exactly what you're going to get. And I think we can all agree that this is a moment to be very conscious of focusing on what you do want rather than what you don't. For your money and materials, you have the Page of Swords. So this could be a week, funnily enough. Now, it may not necessarily materialize in this week, but you could be having a conversation this week, or maybe even a meeting with somebody that has a big financial implication for your future. I kind of feel that there's going to be either somebody coming into your life this week. Maybe they just kind of show up. Maybe they're introduced to you by a friend. You know, maybe you're at a get-together of some sort, and you know, this person happens to be there. I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those moments, and you might not realize it at the time, where a conversation or a meeting that takes place this week is going to really have a powerful impact on your financial future. And I'm very excited for you on that front. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is actually a card that carries, I mean, for me personally, when I see this card and it comes to your health and vitality, it's all going to be about this, right? You need to look after your mind, or your melon, or your noggin, whatever you want to call it, because this week maybe the thoughts really are just rushing and racing, and you need to find a way to slow them down. And more importantly, if your brain is too full, what are you ready to let go of? You can't hold all, as much as a Gemini would love to, you can't hold all information at all times, at all moments, for all time. It's just not possible. There are things that we have to eventually let go of from our personal filing cabinet. When it comes to your, come on brain, home and environment, it's just going to be busy this week, right? So, you know, if there are moments where you feel a bit overwhelmed or whatever, if you've got one, go out into the garden and take a moment from everybody. If you don't have a garden and you've got a balcony, use that. If you know, whatever it is, take 5 for yourself to decompress. For your love and relations, oh yeah, we got some of that Ace of Cups energy, which is gorgeous. If there is somebody in your midst, if there's someone in your life already that already kind of sets you on fire, you know, and this is, I'm speaking now specifically to those of you who may be in the courting phase, but not quite boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, or girlfriend and girlfriend, or they and them. You know, I'm speaking specifically to you. If there's someone in your orbit, but you haven't quite sealed the deal, this could be the week. This could be the week where it kind of tips over and it turns into something real. For those of you that are single, this could be I mean, it could be a really great time. You know, you could just be a lot of fun, a lot of boozing and schmoozing. You know, there could be a lot of that going on. And it may be for some of you that turns into something more substantial at a later date. For those of you that are already partnered or in relationships, this is beautiful because there's a profound sense here that you and your partner are in this space of, I want them to shine. And what's the beauty of that kind of energy? If your partner pushes you forward for something, or, you know, says, you know what, my partner would be perfect for this, or you're doing that for them, what's the result of you both wanting your partner to shine? That you both shine together, and all the brighter for it. So this could be a really great week for those of you that are already in relationships. In fact, I just think love in general for Geminis this week, I think you guys got it, especially with that stuff happening in your, you know, your opposite sign. So pay attention to what happens this week, especially at the start of it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I will see you soon.